This program is brought to you in part by SalCal Real Estate Connections.
And yes, good morning from the Klingberg Family Center. Here on Father's Day weekend, we have the annual car show, and believe me, you're in for a treat today. You're going to see all types of cars, and I can't wait to get out and get to talk to these people. And just hold on, and believe me, you will not be disappointed. And yes, coming to an interesting vehicle here, Michael Donnelly.
Thank you very much.
This 1941 State Police vehicle.
That's right.
You got to tell me about this Chevy. Glad to meet you, sir.
Glad to meet you.
And how'd you come about this?
Well, a friend of mine is with the Connecticut State Police Alumni Association and Museum, and they came to us and asked us to restore it. They got additional funding for the restoration through the Bizzuto Hometown Foundation, and it took us about a year to do it, but came out great.
I'll tell you, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a 6-cylinder motor from the day.
That's right. It was on the assembly line when Pearl Harbor was bombed.
I mean, how many could they have made of these vehicles?
I don't know, but these were the workhorses during World War II.
Oh, wow. So where are you based, Michael?
New Britain, Connecticut.
You're in New Britain here. And now you did the work, you have a garage or business?
Yeah, we do. The Paddock Classic Car Restorations.
Oh, yeah.
And we're right here in New Britain. We have about 18,000 square feet and 12 employees.
Yeah. Looks like a good operation over there. I got to get over there because we'll have to do a show there.
Okay, sounds good.
Michael, I want to thank you. Good luck today, and thank you for bringing this car.
All right, thank you.
Truck, excuse me. Okay. And yes, we come across some interesting people. The Buffalo Soldiers, Dwight and John. Now tell me, how'd you come to this event, Dwight?
Well, we came because we got invited. We've been coming a few years now, and it's an enjoyable experience, and we're here to let people know about the Buffalo Soldiers Motorcycle Club from now all the way back to the Civil War.
Yeah. Now you, where are you based?
Out of Hartford.
Out of Hartford, yeah. And John, you live close by too?
Yes.
Yeah. And so you guys have been around a while, huh?
Yeah, about 17, 18 years.
Tell me something, everyone got a Harley? Does everyone use a Harley?
Not everyone.
Okay, all right.
But they need to, though.
I just wanted to make sure. That's all. Okay, Dwight and John, I want to wish you great luck. I want to thank you for being here. You know, it's just a great cause. I don't have to tell you that. And happy Father's Day.
Same to you.
I hope we have 100 or more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you,
right.
John.
And yes, the Buffalo Soldiers had quite an interesting group here with all their bikes and the support of the event. And believe me, it's always a great thing to see. And they were very interesting people to talk to. I hope that we could do more events with them in the future. And being at Klingberg is always special, as you could see.
And yes, we have Ray Therio with this beautiful 1940 Mercury. You got to tell me, Ray, all about this car. How'd you acquire this car?
Well, when I was in high school in 1961, I had basically the identical car. And shortly after I got out of high school, I put a 427 Ford side oiler in it, and it was a rocket ship.
Oh, wow.
And then I got married, and you know how things happen. And I sold the car about 1995 or 96. And 6 years ago, this car showed up at Wayne Carini's over F40.
Oh, wow.
For sale. And I talked to the guy who owned it, and it took me about 5 minutes, and I bought it. And the car still had the same plate that I had on it back when, which I had turned the car in, and the plate in when I sold the car.
Wow.
He got it. Him and his father spent 5 years and a lot of money restoring this thing. They took the body off the chassis.
Now, what'd they use for a motor?
It's got the regular flathead in it.
Oh, regular.
Yeah. Yeah.
what do they call it, 85 or whatever they call them?
Mercury with 90 horsepower.
Yeah, yeah.
Ford's 85.
Yeah. I see it's got a different dash. What kind of dash?
That's
That's the
stock
Mercury.
dash.
Oh, wow. What a pretty dash that is.
There's nothing on this car that's not original other than it's got headers and dual exhaust.
I'll tell you, these are rare. I mean, you just don't see them.
Well, in high school I had a coupe, a convertible, and a 40 Ford coupe.
Oh, wow. You were living large, man.
Well, I worked 45 hours a week plus going to high school. So
Now, where do you call home, Ray?
Stellington,
Okay.
just about say 10 miles
Yeah,
from here.
yeah. Yeah, this is a great event.
Yeah.
This event
It's a good
attracts,
event, it's a good cause.
attracts every beautiful car, I think, in the state.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
So you've been coming here like for this
20 years
20 years? Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, we've been coming here a while too, but you know, it's very special, let me tell
Yes,
you.
it is. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for your interview, and
Yes, sir.
you know, we hope to see you here every year.
You will.
Okay.
With a different car.
Different car.
Yeah.
All right, Hank. Oh, it is top of the hill.
Yes, the Ray's 1940 Mercury here was really gorgeous, I'll tell you. These cars are very rare. We never come across them. They're very rare Mercuries in that time frame, and this car was gorgeous. It has such a beautiful dash. I thought it was something he put in, but it was stock.
Yeah. Well, pen here.
To my partner,
There's a pen
my
up there.
business partner, by the way.
Yes, as you could see, this Mercury really had it all.
This one,
Beautiful
this car?
paint job, wide whites. Just brought me back to when we were kids. In the 1950s, it would have been a typical hot rod. Beautiful car.
And yes, we got John Henry here with this beautiful 1934 Buick, which you got to tell me about this car, because what model is it?
This is a model 66C, which was a sort of a middle of the range of Buick cars available at the time.
And they didn't make many.
In this particular model, no, just over 400 were manufactured. So this is one of a very small number of survivor automobiles. This car is what's called an HPOF car. It's a designation by Antique Auto Club of America. That stands for Historic Preservation of Original Features. And it was granted that status in a show held at Hershey about 5 years ago. It means that it's in pretty much unusually good original condition. The paint, the upholstery, the glass, the chrome.
To get that
The mechanical.
award, it has to be.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, Terrell, where do you call home?
My home is Massachusetts, up
Yeah.
near the Cape.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
We can live with that.
I work part-time down in Bristol at the Morton Automotive Group here,
Yeah.
and I'm a wrench turner. I do whatever comes in the door to work on, but I'm sort of a specialist on Buick cars.
Well,
The oldest one I've owned myself was 1910.
that is the most, to me, the most interesting Buick ever made,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
That
one
put them
was-
on the map. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, that's correct. They started in business in 1903, but by 1910 they were rolling along.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you're correct. The Model 10 Buick was.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Put
That
them
was
on the
it.
road to success.
Yeah, I know my Buicks.
Yeah, do you? Oh, that's good.
And you do too, I'll tell you.
Oh,
This
yeah.
car is absolutely gorgeous, John, I have to tell you. And I want to thank you for the interview today, and I hope you do well at the show. But I
quite
think
welcome.
you're smiling, you're going to have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks a lot. Pleasure meeting you. All right.
Yes, this 1934 Buick was special, I'll tell you. We see a lot of cars in our travels, but I never see Buicks like this. I mean, this car got to be rare. I think they only made a couple of hundred of them. And boy, let me tell you, it was beautiful. You see it all at this event. Just absolutely gorgeous. And yes, when it comes to finding something unique, believe me, we find a way to find it in this high wheel bike. Wow. I mean, a Columbia bike dating back to the late 1800s. Boy, I'll tell you, I am just a big fan of Colonel Albert Augustus Pope, and this was one of his bikes. And it was just a great pleasure to meet Avery and his collection. And you could see, he just has a great time out there, and we're certainly glad that he came to the event with all the wonderful bikes he had with him.
And yes, there's a change of pace here. We got Avery Blank with this high rider or whatever you want to call it.
High wheel bicycle.
Columbia bike.
Yep.
And what year time frame is this bike, Avery?
So this Columbia in particular is in 1884.
1884. Colonel Augustus Pope, right?
Yep.
He's the man.
He knew how to make the best bikes.
Yeah. Now, do you find that, is it really easy to learn how to ride this bike?
It's not too bad. I kind of grew up riding unicycles and kind of being very good with balance.
Oh,
so
wow.
it didn't take me too long to learn how to ride it.
Yeah.
But some of my friends, it actually takes a little bit longer for them to learn how to ride. It's a little bit different than a normal bike.
Now, where do you call home, Avery?
Orange, Connecticut.
Orange, wow. And you have more of these bikes, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, yep. Myself, I have about 5 of them. My family combined probably has about 15 to 20.
Now, where do you go to parades mostly, or?
Yep, different parades and little events, kind of like Klingberg, that
Yeah.
we ride around.
Is there ever a show about just bikes?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I don't either. That's why I asked that question,
Yeah.
I mean, they interest me so much, I'll tell you. I became such a follower of the Colonel that anything that has to do with Columbia and Pope, I'm very interested, trust me. So you got a display here, I understand.
Yeah, we have a display right on over there. And we have a bunch of other types of Connecticut-built bicycles.
Okay, good.
We have a couple other Columbias the same.
Well, we're going to take a trot over there after we're done, and we'll see what you got.
Very well.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
You are great.
And yes, when it comes to finding something unique, believe me, we find a way to find it in this high wheel bike. Wow. I mean, a Columbia bike dating back to the late 1800s. Boy, I'll tell you, I am just a big fan of Colonel Albert Augustus Pope, and this was one of his bikes. And it was just a great pleasure to meet Avery and his collection. And you could see, he just has a great time out there, and we're certainly glad that he came to the event with all the wonderful bikes he had with him.
And yes, moving over, we got another interesting vehicle with Noel Blank here. And this thing here, I have never seen one. Tell me, Noel, what is it?
So this is a Waterbury bicycle built by a guy named W.B. Burton. And it was found in the attic of his house. And it's a spur gear driven bike. So when they were looking for other designs, they were looking for something other than a chain.
Yeah.
Another option was a shaft drive, which we have on another bike down there.
Yeah.
And this is a spur gear driven. So the front gear turns forward.
Yep.
The middle gear turns backwards, which is going to drive that rear wheel to turn forward again.
Oh my dear. What year time frame are we talking here?
So this is about 1896.
1896.
Yes.
Wow. I can't get over that. And now, did he make many of these bikes?
So this is the only one that's known, and there's only one other company that has a similar design called a Carroll chainless, which was made not in Connecticut. This is the only Connecticut-built one that we know of.
Yeah. I was telling Avery that Colonel Pope is my guy. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I can't get over what he done in right in the state on top of it, you know.
Right.
Now, how did you get involved with all this, Noel? Tell me.
So my dad collects brass era cars. So I was looking for something to do that was more affordable when I was in high school. So I started collecting bicycles that were car companies originally, which is why I got into all the Columbias.
So mostly Columbias?
So it started with Columbias, and then it turned into Connecticut built, and it grew from there. So I focus mostly on Connecticut built bikes.
Wow, I'll tell you. This thing is so interesting. I can't even imagine though what it's worth. Is it worth a lot of money?
A good amount.
Yeah, I could imagine. Now, the safety bike that the Colonel perfected, are they rare?
Not as rare. If you're looking for 1890s wood rim safety bike, a Columbia would be the easiest one to find.
Is that right? Yeah.
Because he made so many of them.
Well, I'm going to have to start looking because they certainly got my interest. Okay, we're going to let you show our cameraman Bill the other the other drive bike and take some pictures and just explain to him, or show him the other bikes, and we'll go from there.
Perfect.
Okay?
That sounds good.
Noel.
Nice to meet you. So here we have another example of a chainless safety bicycle. This one built by Albert Pope. This is an 1899 shaft-driven example as opposed to the spur gear-driven that we were looking at before. This one, if we can see, it turns a shaft in here. That's what drives the back wheel, as opposed to a sprocket with a chain that's going to go to another sprocket on the back. On the front here, since it's a Connecticut-built bicycle, we'll find a Connecticut-built lantern made in Bridgeport, and also a cyclometer also built in Bridgeport.
I mean, just when I thought I saw it all, we got a chance to look at this bike that dates back to, I believe, 1896. 3 gears, like in a row, there drive this bike. There's no chain. When did you ever see one of these? I mean, I am just at awe of what you see here at Klingberg. And this bike was a typical example of something that you will never see anywhere else. Believe me, just a special day here at Klingberg. I really can't thank Mark enough for the beautiful show he put on.
And yes, we have a chance to talk to the volunteers and the employees at the Klingberg Family Center. And Maureen, tell me, you got a good group of people here.
We do. A lot of our staff here is from Extended Day.
Yeah, the Extended Day. You got Gio, Devin, right? Sarah, Kevin, and I mean, I can't get over the job Mark Johnson does to get this thing together, huh?
Mark, a lot of work.
We see Mark on a daily basis.
He's a good boss?
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Very good.
I hear you're a boss too, Marie, is that correct?
Well, I've been a supervisor for a while, yep.
Oh yeah? Yeah, we got a new one out here. She didn't get into the act. Okay, but, so you guys like do this every year?
Yes, we do, yep.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yep. You do a good job. I want to thank you personally and hope you have a great day. And we look forward to coming here till I'm 100 years old, which may not be far away.
Thank you.
Marlene, Gio, Devin, Sarah, and Kevin, thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Great job. And yes, we have David Sand with this beautiful 1938 Chevy truck. I'm not really sure what it is. Looks like a heavy duty too. What is this truck, David?
It's a 1.5 ton dual rear wheel, 9-foot bed pickup truck.
Wow. There can't be many of these, huh? They make many of these?
No, not at all.
I mean, these are heavy duty, right?
This is for building roads and bridges and stuff like that.
Wow. Where do you call home, David?
Canton.
Canton? Oh, yeah, nice area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Now, when you bought this truck, do you use it as a truck? or no?
I just enjoy driving it.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I'd like to park it right in my garage, to tell you the truth. So, you've been coming to this event before?
Yeah, my wife works here.
Oh, she does?
Yep.
She's, works for Mark Johnson, yeah?
Yeah, she's a therapist.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I know what they are, as you could see.
Yeah.
I'm hobbling around all the time. I know what they are. And what kind of motor is in this truck?
This has a 216 original motor.
216?
Yep.
Yeah. Have you ever rebuilt it or anything?
This is a brand new one I found, and a guy in Texas had it, and I bought it.
Oh, wow.
It was a crate motor.
Oh, wow. That was great, huh?
Yeah.
Now, is this the original color of the truck?
Yes, I believe so.
Wow.
The guy that owned it before me, when he came home from Vietnam, he had some paint, and so he painted it navy blue, and that's what saved the body.
Oh, wow.
Till I got it.
Thank God, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have to commend you. You keep it in good order, and we're certainly glad you're here, number one. And I hope to see you in more shows.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks a lot, buddy. You are great.
And yes, Farm 94, this 1938 Chevy truck was just unbelievable. 1.5 tons. When did you ever see one of them? Just beautiful truck. Absolutely gorgeous.
Just standing there, looking at each other like,
Of course, it wouldn't be right unless we spent some time with the authentic dancers of their 20s era, as you could see. It was just an unbelievable show here today at Klingberg. When you see all the wonderful exhibits and cars and the bicycles I saw today, I mean, I'm just at awe. But yeah, these dancers always come year after year, and we enjoy having a word with them and watching them dance. And they're, of course, they're dressed, period, correct. I mean, where are you going to see this? You just don't see this every day. I got to commend Mark Johnson and his staff here at Klingberg as they put on this show every year, and it just gets better and better. I mean, what you see here, you don't see in any other show. Trust me when I tell you that, because we spent a lot of time on the road going to different shows, and we just love coming here. And of course, as you could see, they just have a great time here doing whatever they do. Just absolutely wonderful time. Save the date. Next year, Father's Day weekend, to come here and see what goes on. You will not be disappointed. And yes, as we come to the conclusion of the show today, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And as you could see, we just had a great time here and look forward to coming to this Klingberg event every year. Just unbelievable, I'll tell you. Save the date, Father's Day weekend. And I want to thank everybody for watching the show tonight, and happy Father's Day. Yes, this show is brought to you in part by R2 Pictures and Flavor Queen for their great products and support. Thank you.